Hello, my name is Patrick Schneider, and I will be sharing the Twitter strategy I've created for Manscaped. The account is Twitter. So, Manscaped presence on Twitter, they have a notable Twitter page. It ditches images mostly. They still include some, but mostly sticks to the humorous side of things with 39K followers and they are following about 14.2 thousand. They cover another large audience. They tweet a few times a day, and like I said, they stick to funny quips like the ones you see below, more words instead of pictures, and they continue entertaining their followers and keep them loyal. And this is a way of engaging, and it's effective, and it's well loved. The current content on Twitter, the media content is primarily based off of humorous quips and sayings that are related to men shaving, whether on the face or down under, putting quotes, the appropriate part. There is the occasional picture included, like I said before, whether they have a celebrity collaboration or promo, but humor is always involved. So whether they are having a collab with Marshawn Lynch, ex-football running back, or they're just saying some funny things like you saw previously. They definitely have their niche when it comes to humor and the quips that they share to get content out there. Sorry. Part of this is not showing, but the strengths, this is my SWOT. The strengths of this company are the shave kit comes with full amenities. It's a safe product to use. They utilize humor and form relationships with their audience to be engaging. This is good. The shave kit with the full amenities, it's safe. People love that. They want most bang for their buck and they want it to be safe. And they utilize the humor so the audience stays involved and likes coming back to get a good laugh. Weaknesses, however, mostly men engage with the company because Manscaped specifically targets them. Unfortunately, the women demographic is not involved. That would widen the sales and the demographic a little bit. Another weakness, shaving, especially down under, can cause risk of infection and injury. And many times the company does not communicate that to their audience. So that is an important thing that they need to show and say like, hey, we are safe. Yes, there's a risk of infection and injury. However, we make our things to prevent that. Opportunities, Manscaped did team up with the Testicular Cancer Society to help inform how men can check easily for signs of testicular cancer. So that's really good. It gets, again, health information out there. So if they aren't directly doing it in their tweets, at least they have teamed up with the Testicular Cancer Society to show that they care. They also teamed up with the 49ers as the leading male below-the-waist grooming company. So that can reach a whole new demographic, like I said, that supports the 49ers. A supporter of the 49ers will probably support Manscaped as well. The threats are mainly other companies that sell similar products. For example, Braun and Meridian are two companies that are competition to Manscaped. They both have products that can sometimes be cheaper, and that's a big threat in competition. People want the cheaper option that still gets done what they need to get done. And that, there's that, sorry. And that leads us to our next slide, the competitors of Manscaped. We have Braun. Braun has 39,000 followers and they're following 758. This company has less of a presence on Twitter than Manscaped. So, additionally, they post every few months. So they're not a huge threat on Twitter in particular. So they basically post just promotions like the one you see below. And the last post was in 2019. So luckily, Manscaped has that going for them. They post a lot more in a day, about 3 times a day. So with Braun having not that many tweets at all, really, that's good on Twitter. It's not really competition on Twitter. So the other company, Meridian, with a little under 4,000 followers and following 74, this company has a very small presence for a company trying to promote their product as comparison to Manscaped, very much less of a presence. They do post more than Braun a couple times a week, so they do have a presence on Twitter. It's just small. They use humor, so I think they're trying to maybe not mimic Manscaped, but they're trying to use a similar uh, marketing strategy. So that's probably the bigger threat. They're a growing company, so yes. But the Manscaped current and target Twitter audiences. So the current audience, more directly, is men aged 18 to 34, as well as those directly associated with those men. More specifically, girlfriends or wives that want their partner to shave and or have a partner that wants to shave more. So it's the men in the age range and those affiliated with them that would like them to shave more. This age range, this is the age range because only those who have hit puberty and older are really shaving, and the humor is more of a younger man's humor. So that's why it really typically only goes up to 34. It can go past that, but the target age range in the campaign is 18 to 34. And this differs from what the audience should be because the audience should consist of men and women, as both are viable demographics that do happen to shave. So if they widen that audience to women as well and maybe change some stuff up so it's not all towards men, they would have more sales. I said this before, but they'd have a bigger audience and be able to grow even more on Twitter. So the target segment, this is a more specified version of what I just said, but men and women aged 18 to 34, as well as those directly associated with them. More specifically, girlfriends slash wives or boyfriends slash husbands that want their partner to shave and or have a partner that wants to shave more. I put about 75% male and about 25% female, just because, yeah. Location, any populated area in the United States, and the typical demographic would be people who have hit puberty or are older, and people who are looking for a relationship or want to maintain one and think manscaping is the way. Manscaping or womenscaping, I should say. Qualities that these target segments should have: the household income, middle class and upper class, about the top 81% in the US. Interests should be grooming and cleanliness. And life events, big one is new relationship or ongoing. They must also be into hygiene, and they must also be shoppers because shoppers are the ones that see these things online and want to get them. More down to earth psychographics, men and women who have to shave down under and prefer electric razors slash safer means of shaving. The things that come in these packs that Manscaped sells, they have safe electric razors or regular razors that have guards, creams, shave gels, all the stuff that you need to be as safe as can be. And typically those on the younger side who are learning to shave or inexperienced also are in this demographic. And lastly, those being targeted also take hygiene very seriously and are in a relationship where they feel grooming themselves is important. Now here is a specific, meet Danny. Demographics, age 28, gender male. He's in Los Angeles and he gets about $68,000 a year. Background, he's a UC San Diego grad with a degree in education. He grew up with his family in LA. He's getting serious with the girlfriend. I won't push you on. You can read the rest of that. The interests, he wants to spread good vibes, surfing. Big one is hygiene and health, music and playing guitar, educating, caring for the environment, and spending time with his girlfriend. Now, the environment one is important because these are electric razors, not disposable. Goals, he wants a safe and reliable means of shaving at an affordable price, and he also wants to switch to electric, again, because of the environment. Challenges include Manscaped is not the cheapest grooming brand out there. This is a huge challenge for them. He may find that a company like Braun or Meridian is the better deal for what he wants. But to change this challenge and to kind of counteract it, the safety is there and you get a lot of stuff in an order for it. So yes, it's a little more expensive. However, you do get a large bang for your buck. And Danny is 28 years old. The goals. Goal one is to communicate to all those that have hit puberty or are trying to be more hygienic that Manscaped products are the safest to use. And then the second goal is to show that they are truly care about their clients' health by teaming up with the Testicular Cancer Society and showing that this is safe and communicating that on their Twitter. Once the male audience is reached, an important goal is to show that females can use the products too. So the strategy I'm going for here is that reach the male audience like they typically do, and then go beyond and get that female audience roped in so they can also see. This will increase viewership. The SMART goal to do this is increase the number of women and men followers on Twitter who interact positively by 50% in the next 6 months. This will allow the brand to get their voice out there more in a feasible amount of time and have a healthy growth and get more value in their Twitter. And this account targets the awareness stage and the interest stage in specific because they want men and women to be aware of the products they sell, what they're all about, and then get more of an interest into it. A KPI basically is to increase in usership by communicating the safety. And then another one would be to get more viewers educated through whatever media, whether it's pictures or videos. Plan. Manscaped should post content that is not only talking about shaving your balls and other man-related things. If the company wants to increase in profit, they need to widen the demographic. So this includes women. Examples are pictures or videos of women hyping up the product. The Twitter could also continue to be humorous because that keeps roping people in, but it should be more humorous towards all genders instead of just toward men. They also should post at least every day, stay engaging, keep this going so people don't get lost and think, oh, they're quitting on me because they didn't post today. Also, including relationships and humor related to that can increase the following from gender demographics because humor always brings them in. Content Manscaped should share. Manscaped should reshare content from other users that paints the brand in a good light. In other words, supporting Manscaped. So an example of this would be someone posts about how they use Manscaped products and now their relationship is 10 times better. This is a very shoot for the moon kind of thing. Like you don't know if that could typically happen, but that is an example I'm looking for. If somebody posts about that, Manscaped on their Twitter should share that. Conversion or conversations Manscaped should join. Conversations, people talking about hygiene or shaving, both men and women. An influencer that I found is Mantic59. He has 5.9 thousand followers. He's a domain authority of 53, and he gives shaving tips. So he is an example of an influencer that Manscaped can collab with on Twitter and get the word out to these people. And then also some popular hashtags, hashtag health, hashtag cream, men's grooming, women. These are all hashtags that are hot right now. So if you tweet with these, it'll get the word out as well. Audience engagement and development. The Manscaped Twitter really needs to share the most popular hashtags, like the ones I said on the previous slide. The account would want to increase its retweet ratio and other comments and reply to ratio to comments. This is the biggest part. Increasing the number of comments and replies to those comments by 75% in the next 2 months is another SMART goal I created. Replying to comments is huge. It shows that the brand really wants to connect with their clients and show them that this really matters to them. To reach this, Manscaped will need to increase posts per day, at least 3 posts per day, that include intriguing media contents and hashtags that can be seen in many. Oops, my bad. Okay, in conclusion, putting this all together, the importance of user interaction and company responses is very important. You got to increase the number of male and female followers that interact, comment on humor, and advocate through resharing. Will make it more popular, and it'll take the KPIs, increasing the viewership and educating. So, sorry, I apologize. Take the KPIs of increasing the viewership and educating users on safety and drive the goal of increasing the urge for those at the awareness stage to have more intent and interest. Using media, pictures, and videos, more of those, while also still using the humorous quips and text, roping it all in, sharing it with women and men, all together is kind of the ultimate goal of this Twitter campaign. And they can do that through the changes I've listed in the strategy. So overall, Manscaped needs to reach out more to women as well as men in order to increase the popularity and They have the feasible means to do this. They just need to make a few adjustments to the type of humor they use and the types of media they use. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed my strategy for Manscaped.